Hello and welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship in the Porsche Cup taking place at Barcelona. Quite an interesting track, this one. Very, shall I say, guilty of burning tyres up. And I've seen a few comments floating around already where people have really been struggling after a few laps in the Porsche. So don't know who's going to finish, where they're going to finish. Qualification's probably going to be the usual suspects, if we want to be fair about it. But I think the real issue is going to be getting on the track, really, and seeing which people can finish well, which people can finish fast, and mainly which ones can keep hold of the tyres, because that is the challenge on this track. I've got with me Jeremy again.
Hello everyone, pleasure to be here again.
And after me woes with me computer breakdown yesterday, I have had a technical issue but I have managed to sort it. Although, according to this, the stream has frozen. Can you see the stream, Jeremy?
Yeah, I can see the stream.
Okay, it's not showing on mine. So
it's showing the Barcelona circuit.
Right, so that's working then. That's fine. It wasn't showing on mine. Now it is. Okay, good. I know where I am. Okay, so we'll jump straight into qualifying. So we've got 20 minutes for a 60-minute race. Pit stops are optional. They're certainly not compulsory in relation to the track and the tyre wear. Whether you get anything out of pit stopping in this track is something else. There's a certain part of this track that causes problems. I've played around with various setups to try and get the tyres to work and stop them burning up, but it's just difficult. So we're currently on board with David Noble. And what I'll do is I'll do a quick tour guide of the track. So we're coming down the straight and we hit corner 1, which is Elf, obviously based on the fuel. Right-hander, the quick left-hander, and then we go into the long right-hander, which is known as Renault. This is the corner that starts to burn your tyres on the left-hand side, and it's to do with the camber of the road, and obviously you're putting the power down. You get the power on, and then just as you come to the bridge, you're going to put your anchors on to get into the corner 4, which is Repsol. Again, you'll put the power on, get to the little hairpin, brake hard, usually cut the inside, and that's corner Seat, corner 5. Little kink ahead is corner 6, if you want to call it a corner. Again, power down, braking just at the markers there. And that takes us into TV3, corner 7 and corner 8. There's a very, very strict track limits placed there for penalties. This takes us into Kamsa, corner 9. And then, again, power down, braking late to take the sharp left-hander, which is Lakaya, corner 10. Try and get the power down as soon as possible into the left-hander, corner 11. And then this sweeps round into Banc de Sabadell, is corner 12. Again, keep it as close as possible. Get the power down as soon as possible. Into Europe car, corner 13. Through this little tricky section, drift right and then left as close to the curbs as possible on both sides. To get the power down, the sausages will hurt you. And this will take you to corner 14, New Holland, and then foot down on the straight. So a couple of little difficult parts of this track. So track limits are very, very strict in what is... TV3, first of all. TV3, you can't go wide at all. It will give you track limits. And Lakaya, corner 10, if you drift wide with your foot down, you will get a track limits warning there. So it's very important to make sure you drive this track sensibly, or you could find yourself getting a drive-through quite early on within the race.
Yeah, definitely. A few drivers, I've seen a few drivers getting drive-throughs and even getting disqualified practicing on the track.
Well, on the Monday race, I think I had 3 track limit warnings in the first 3 laps.
Oh, really?
I got another one, but yeah, I got track limit warnings quite early on. So it was, shall we say, I didn't realise where one of them was, so it caught me out twice.
On this track, there is literally 2 short breaks, which are the short straights, because you're always working on this track. You are always working.
Right.
No rest.
Okay, it's giving me a warning that the bit rate on the stream's a little bit low, so my apologies. It does appear to be okay, so I'll go with it for the moment. If I need to stop and restart, I will do. It's just saying the bit rate's a little bit low.
I think it's fine here.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you're seeing it fine, I'm happy.
Yeah, everything.
So
everything is good.
We've got a couple on the stream. We've got Juan and we've got Willie. Hi, guys.
Hello, Juan. Hello, Willie.
And I know, obviously, Juan's really starting to enjoy himself and he's wanting to be a little bit older quickly. But obviously, Juan, enjoy life while you can. When you get old, it gets harder. So certainly enjoy yourself as much as you can. But yeah, I think you realise just how fun this racing malarkey can be, and certainly when you get older, you can still drive a car, luckily, and thrash him around the track. So Chris Bourne's gone fastest. He's done a 148.2, and he's going faster still. So I'm banking on a 147, 148, low 148
for sure.
Pole here.
Yes, definitely.
These cars are about 3 to 4 seconds down, I think, on the GT3s, even though they are faster. But a lot of corners in the Porsche, and you've got to be really gentle on the accelerator, otherwise you will spin. And I think we saw David Noble's back end coming out before as he went round a corner. So Chris Bourne, at the moment, is 3/10 up.
I just noticed that Carlo is not part of this race.
Okay.
And he's currently leading the Porsche Cup Championship.
Okay, fair comment. Andy Goddard, welcome to the stream. He's
hello, Andy.
So he's watching old men play. Okay, I'll try and bear that in mind and read off some track corners just so you can visualise where people are.
So Chris Bourne's done fastest. He's done a...
So we've got Chris Bourne coming through the little chicane here. He's just coming through what will be corner 11, and he's on the Banc de Sabadell, and he's going to come on to the straight very shortly. There you go. So Chris Bourne, he has lost his time, but he has been beaten by John Saunders, who's managed to do a 147.6. So exactly what we're talking about there. You know, basically as we expected.
That's right.
Some stunning lap times. I'll just show you the tower so you can see the lap times people are currently doing. And you can quite clearly see there a 147.6 by John Saunders. I'm not too sure whether they'll break the 146s, because this is a tricky track. Now in the race, I anticipate that the tyre wear will go so bad that we'll see the lap time starting to plummet. So what will be interesting here is some of the drivers who tend to drive towards the middle or back of the grid, who normally take the time and don't push the car. They could be in a really good position because they'll have looked after the tyres. Now I'm not going to say they're going to pass them because the gap could be too big, but I do think there's a massive opportunity for some of the people who normally run towards the middle or the back of the grid to gain some places to all the end of the race. Almost like a bit of a strategy.
Yeah, that should be interesting to witness.
Absolutely. So it should be quite interesting. We just had someone else come on the server as well. We've now got 16 races on track. Of course, another one will come on and then gone off. I'm not seeing any delays in the display though. So
no, everything seems to be fine.
Good. So John Saunders wasn't on a fast lap there, but he is on a fast lap. I'm going to switch back to him. In fact, I'm going to jump on board with Nikos. I was just about to say, Nikos has just jumped forward into the top 10. So Nikos has just managed to do quite a fast lap there. Let's jump on board with Jonathan Wood. He's currently 3/10 up. And he's just come through corner 9, Campser. And he's accelerating down to Lakaya, corner 10. So brake hard, left-hander, take the corner as tight as possible. Can be an overtaking move on the inside if you get it right as well, if you get a good drive out the top of the corner. He's coming into the tricky part. The right-hander, Banc de Sabadell. Yeah, he's coming through this little... Sorry, he's coming through the Banc de Sabadell now. And then he's going into corner 13, which will take him onto the straight. He is currently up, but he's not up massively. I don't think, though, he's lost his time. He's not going to gain anything more there. Yeah, he took 600 off his time. 600 off his time. Let's jump on board with Sousa. Sousa's coming towards the end of his... almost the end of his lap. He's currently 2/10 up. This isn't going to change his position, but he is going to go better. So he's obviously better in his time there. And the more laps you do, you just learn a little bit more about the track as well. He's coming into the tricky little bit with the curbs. He's took that really well. Yeah, he's gained loads of time there, actually. He's getting onto the straight. He's getting the power down. He's 7/10 up when he was 2/10 up before. He's gained half a second in that corner. And that has moved him up a place. I did him injustice. The gain he made towards the end of that track was brilliant, and it's put him in front of Stewart. So Sousa's jumped up to 12th there, just by the last section of that track, because he got the corner entry and exit absolutely spot on. There's no one. Oh, Peter Miles. Let's jump on board with Peter. Peter's 2/10 up. He's obviously his lap's still quite young. This is one of them corners where you can make or break the start of your lap. Get the entry of the corner wrong, you'll drift. You'll have to ease off, and you'll lose time. Get it right, you will gain even up to the what would be normally the bridge. He's coming to TV3 here. Braciet. Then he's going to put the power down into TV3, where track limits are really, really strict. So you'll see on the right hand side, there's a curb. If you go over that curb fully, this bit of the green on the right, and get all four wheels on it, you will get a track limits warning. So it is very, very strict. And even though there's a sausage curb there, because the angle you take it, it doesn't really disrupt your car, unless of course you completely smash it. But other than that, yeah, he's lost his time, Peter, going through there, breaking into that corner. A couple more on the stream. Hi, Stefan. Hi, Melvin. Hi, Rob. Oh, welcome to the stream.
Hello, guys. So right now, very, very close between John Saunders and Chris Bourne.
Yeah, we've been saying that a few times recently, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
I saw,
and even David and Derek are not far behind.
Yeah, I saw the cat and mouse video. I think David Gerrard posted.
Yes.
Where Peter was playing with him, and he just goes to show just how quick Peter was. It was David Gerrard, wasn't it? He posted.
Yeah,
that.
Yes.
Just goes to show how fast them guys were going, and yet there was still total respect on the track, which is really good to see.
Absolutely.
Oh, note to self:
to
fix the bit rate after all this.
So these times look pretty static so far. I mean, there is not much happening.
No, there's a lot of people who just look like they're. Well, I think some of them, yeah. I was just gonna say it looks like they're in the pits, but they're not. I think people they're on their out laps. There's a lot of people going on out laps. There's 7 minutes left to go. So looking at to get 3 or 4 laps in. Oh, it's saying Jeremy is very loud. Right, I can fix that. Just bear with me. Thanks for the information. Right, let me see if I can quieten him down a little bit. Okay. Just say something. Testing, Jeremy.
Is this better?
Yeah. Okay.
Am I still too loud?
Mark, Jeremy's volume is really loud. He sure is. Right. I have turned it down. Let us know if that's any better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Good. So, as you know, guys, my PC had a bit of a fit yesterday, and I had an absolute nightmare trying to get it back up and running. But when I did get it back up and running, I've had to reset everything for me streaming. And it's not been the easiest of tasks, shall we say. As you can see, I've had a few technical issues already. But once I've got it all set up, them settings will be set in stone. So hopefully next time it should be a little bit smoother, which will be tomorrow. Oh, not tomorrow. I'm not doing tomorrow night. It'll be Sunday. And Melvin there saying he's loud anyway.
Am I?
But yeah, if there's any issues, just let us know. As I said, I'm getting a warning that the bit rate's not necessarily right. I will fix the bit rate, but at this moment in time, if it's going well, it's going well. I'm just going to jump on board with Merch. Merch is 4/10 up at the moment, half a second up. It's coming towards the end. He's 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, a second. This is going to move him up 2 places into 6th place in front of Terry Trowbridge. So again, that last bit of the track, Merch made 8/10 up on that corner alone, as we saw Sousa do that before. Jonathan Wood is 3/10 up. He's coming to the same corner, 4/10. He's still at 4/10. He's looking like he's going to go, and he's gone 4th place, Jonathan Wood.
Nice.
Mersh is going faster still. I mean, he's going to have to go some to get into... I'll keep an eye on him, but he's going to have to go some to go any further than where he is. The gap between him and the next car is 7 tenths. 8 tenths, mate. Sorry, 7 tenths. He's only 3 tenths up, so he's really going to have to think about getting his foot down. And it looks like he's gone off. He's gone off as merch. We're still on board with Jonathan Wood, who's 2 tenths up. Derek Bird was 3 tenths up and it's just looks like he's gone wide or outbroke himself. He's now half a second down. So Wood's still going quicker here. This isn't quick enough to move him up, and he's lost all the time in that one bend. Can he make it back up again? He needs to be 4 tenths up here to jump Derek off the onto the start grid. He's not going to make it unless he has a really good end of the section. Although I do believe that was a track's limits. He went a bit too deep there. But don't think this fast lap would count anyway. But he is only 2 tenths up, and he's losing time, unfortunately. So I don't think we're going to see Jonathan push any further. I am just keeping an eye on a man on a mission at the front of the running, shall we say. Interesting battle. John Saunders is looking to go quicker. Ever so slightly. Oh, has he gone too wide there and his lap's not going to count? No, his lap's not going to count. What a shame. But Chris Bourne. Oh, he had him at this point. He's lost all the time. So Chris Bourne was quick enough to beat John Saunders on this lap, but made a mistake in a corner and lost all his time. By the looks of it. You can see that back end of that Porsche is really loose. He's really,
well, the back end of that. The back end of that Porsche is always loose.
Well, yeah, no, but you can see the way he was pushing it through the chicane then. It was almost like he was struggling to keep the back on the track.
He managed to go a little faster, Chris, but not fast enough.
And I'm going to change attention to Mr. Bird, who's half a second up. This will give him pole.
Oh, nice.
He's half a second up at the moment. He's just come into Lakaya. And now he's into Banco de Sabadell. If I'm not mistaken. And is he going to get the little chicane right? He's still half a second up. He's lost a little bit. He's still going to get pole here. Oh, maybe not. He's lost a bit. No, he's not going to get pole. Unless he's extremely fortunate. He's going to jump. Chris Bourne, though. Oh, he's got pole. Got pole by 0.003 of a second.
My God, incredible. Incredible.
That's a 1:47.691 compared to a 1:47.694. But hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, has he gone wide there? John Saunders is also going for it. He did lose time there. He only needs 0.003. And he's not got it. I think he'd spoiled his lap.
Incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
As Rob says, wow.
Well, let's keep in mind that Derek Bird used to be untouchable with the GT4 and the Porsche Cup last season.
Yes.
So he seems to be back in good shape for this season again.
Absolutely.
But also we have newcomers like John Saunders, and he's a very fast new driver.
Yeah. Right, there's no one. Hi, Andreas.
Hello, Andreas.
Okay, let's jump on board with... Who should we jump on board with? Let's jump on board with Billy. Billy's currently 0.6 up. His best is a 1:52.6. So this is going to put him into the 1:51s. It could take him to 12th, this. In fact, this is going to take him to 12th. But at the moment in time, I don't think he's going to better his time. 12th is going to be his limit, I think. He's over a second up on his best. 1.2, he needs to be 1.7, 1.6 to steal another place. And he's 1.2 up at the moment. 1.3, if you're running commentary. He's coming down to Lakaya. 1.5, 1.7, 2 seconds up. Wow. Really gained time, but then he's lost it. He must have gone really deep into the corner, and then he's lost a bit of time. He's 1.4 up. He needs another 2 tenths. 1.5, he needs another tenth. No, he's not going to get it, I don't think. Unless there's a really good section here. 1.6. He's looking for a 1.8. No. He's 1.5 seconds up. He's definitely going to move up. But I think he's only going to go to 13th. Oh no, he's gone to 11th. He did it. He made a load of time at the end on the little straight.
Nice.
So that's put him in 11th position. And that's qualifying over. And Jack Jacobs is still out on track. And he's 1.1 seconds up. This will put him potentially either just behind or just ahead of Terry in 7th place if he can keep this up. Yeah, it's 1.1. He's over a second up at the moment. 1.1. This is going to take him. It's going to put him in. Oh, he's lost a bit of time there. Oh, look at that. Exactly the same time as PJ. A 149.770 compared to a 149.770.
Nice.
Wow. So, a couple of drivers just out on track. Back shortly. We're back on the grid. Right, I'm going to turn the tower off, and we'll go back into the tower later. So, quick rundown: in pole, Derek Bird, followed by John Saunders, 0.03 for second between them. Chris Bourne in third, Jonathan Wood in fourth, David Noble in fifth, Mersh Powanov in sixth, Terry Trowbridge in seventh, PJ Vitala in eighth, Jack Jacobs in ninth, Nikos Margaritis in 10th, Billy Stewart in 11th, Paul Moore in 12th, Steve Howells in 13th. Peter Miles in 14th, Manuel Susan in 15th, and Willie Owens in 16th. Yeah, Andreas is just making a comment, only 16 tonight. I think the lack of grip on the tyres has probably put a lot of people off.
Yeah, well, Carlo is missing.
Yeah. And there we go.
Here we go.
So it's just rolling start. Yeah, so Carlo, I don't... Carlo's part of the endurance team, isn't he?
Is in what?
Carlo's part of the endurance team.
Is he?
Yeah, and I think they've been doing practicing because I think they've been doing some qualifying or something.
Oh.
Yeah, they're ECD. Mark Neutlings, Craig, I think it is, and Carlo. I could be wrong. Oh, any second now. Lights out and away we go. So you can see there, Mersh is giving Jonathan Wood a good stern looking at right early on. You can see there a nice start so far.
Yeah, okay.
Was flying down the middle there.
Oh no!
I'm just trying to work out who that was. He flew down the middle there.
That was not good at all.
And I think that was Nikos. So Nikos has coming flying down the middle and got the braking point completely wrong. And you know, we keep saying about being careful at the start, and people have said about coming down the middle. I know one or two people do it, but at least he stopped. Unfortunately, I think he's just gone too far. He can't see the braking points, so it's a recipe for disaster. The fact that he is at the back of the grid does make me think it's him because he went straight into the barrier. Yeah, Melvin saw that coming. I think it's fair to say, Melvin, the way it was setting itself up there, I think he was he'd become a passenger in his own car, really.
Yeah, the thing is that it's a useless maneuver coming into the first turn just after the start,
Yeah.
It's really not acceptable. Not acceptable.
No, and you can see there John Saunders is gone because Saunders got took out. He's now just at the back, and just behind him is Nikos. So, unfortunately, Nikos' move there has not only ruined his own race, but he's took out John Saunders. I know Mersch has struggled because Mersch has gone down the grid. Mersch is now stuck behind Sousa. And unfortunately, I mean, Jonathan Wood got hit in that, but it's not disrupted Jonathan Wood too much. In fact, Jonathan Wood's gained because he's obviously not got Mersch behind him anymore. A couple more join the stream. Hi, Natty. Hi, Johan.
Hello, guys.
Welcome to the stream.
Hello, guys. Yeah, once again, this is a typical incident that has to be. We have to get rid of those kind of incidents.
We do.
So now Mersch
is going into the pits, as we can see.
Yeah, so this changed the outcome of the race.
It has.
And so...
And as you can see there, Nikos is still on track, although I don't think he's going flat out there. But it's a shame because I think we as people have said on the stream, we saw that coming, and unfortunately, it was quite a big accident that. Right, I'm going to put the timing towel back on, and I'm going to put it onto the split between the cars.
It will be good to hear once the race is over. I would love to hear what Nikos has to say about this. I mean, because there must be some kind of reason why this happened. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I know Willie's on the stream, and Willie's a big advocate for repeat offenders, and I think Nikos's Willie's in the race, isn't it? Nikos's record, I think, on certain cars is a bit of a problem. He seems to end up in a lot of the big incidents. You see, there's a good battle coming down here between these. So that's John Saunders coming up the inside. John Saunders is now going through the track, and that's Stewart alongside him. He's behind Howells now.
Well, if his car wasn't damaged, he will definitely go back to the top 5 before the end of the race.
Yeah, let's see how he goes, because it's going to be interesting to see him go through the thing here. Hi, Robert. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, Robert.
And you can... there's a gap at the front. I'm not concentrating on the front. Obviously, this is where the action is at the moment as a result of that incident. And we've got... I think Sim Racing Montreal. I think that's Dimitri. Hi, Dimitri.
Dimitri.
We're running with one of the what was one of the high qualifiers, who unfortunately is involved in an incident in the start on the first corner, and Howells has had a bit of a problem there, so he's now been taken by Stewart. Andy Goddard. Someone said Nikos uses rocket fuel on the start, and Andy Goddard's put he uses rocket fuel but skateboard brakes. Skateboard brakes, I don't think he knows what a brake is. Someone said he's pressed the clutch, but I'm not convinced. If that's the case, he's doing that far too many times. Okay.
So John Saunders managed now to be back 12th position.
I'm just looking at his lap times, though. I mean, at the moment, he's 5 seconds down a lap. So what will be interesting to see, has he got any car damage, which is limiting his top speed?
That's the question.
I mean, he's 7/10 up at the moment, but Sousa in front of him is 2.5 seconds quicker. So
he doesn't. I don't think he does. I think he was hit at the back, and that wouldn't tax him too much.
Robert's just asking what happened to Paunov. Nikos did a bonsai move at the beginning and decided he wanted to play bowling with the cars, and consequently took a few cars out, hence why we've got John Saunders running at the back, and Mersch has been into the pits. In fact, Mersch is retired. Oh no, sorry, Mersch is back out again, my apologies. All I'm going to say is, if Mersch catches Nikos up, good luck.
Try go.
And you can see John's getting a good run down here as well now, so let's see how he does this. Is he going to go down the inside? Sousa's got great speed down there. Good braking. You can see Willie's Porsche in front of these two as well, with all the faces on it. Let's see how he manages. He's got good pace. He's going a little bit defensive, Sousa, though, isn't he? Just putting that Porsche to the right just to make sure, you know, he doesn't get past. But I think his angle here is different. And we're going to see John probably jump up the inside here and outbrake him. We're going to see that. No, he's not.
No, that's That's a dangerous part of the circuit to overtake.
It is, but I've seen many a car go wide there under pressure. And obviously, if you better push a car wide, you've got a great opportunity. All taking this corner well. I think Sousa's going to get taken on this bend here. Well, the problem is, it means Saunders going to have to break up, ease off a little bit. See, he's on the rev limiter there. He's going to dive up the inside. No, he's not. Oh, is he? Is he? Yes, he is. He's got through past Sousa. Good drive in there. And he's chasing Willie down now. So you can see from Willie's perspective just how close he is. Again, nice driving from Willie there. Good into the corners. Nice and smooth. No sway on the car. Into the slow corner. Then the right-hander. He's got good drive. But you can see Saunders has just got the pace there. Saunders is going to pounce here straight away. He's going to get him on the straight. And that puts him up to 10th position. So he's slowly making room. He's got 6 seconds between him and Paul Moore. So we'll keep an eye on that and just see how that gap goes.
In the meantime,
I'm just going to jump forward to Chris Bourne. Because Chris
Bourne
is now gained on Derek Bird.
That's right. That's where the battle is happening at the front. And both of them are 10 seconds ahead of Terry. The rest of the field.
And Dave Noble is closing in on Terry. I think David Noble got caught up with that incident as well.
Yes, he was.
Because David Noble and Jonathan Wood are... I mean, Terry's split them, really. I've not seen an incident between them. So from my perspective, I think that was... yeah, the only incident we've had, unfortunately, is the Nikos one. Yeah, Melvin, it is nice that. I was saying, you know, I was speaking to Willie last week about it, actually, and I said, you know, this gentleman thing, it's very commendable, but he's actually a good driver, and occasionally he actually wants to try and race, obviously within the realms of being safe, and you can see his angles, his corners, his braking points are spot on, and if he puts the car where he needs to put it, nearly contact there. Derek went really sideways. Proper tank slapper. So are we going to see?
Yeah, here. Chris is going to pass him now. I mean, he's really pushing Derek to the limit there.
He is. He's got the angle. He's got the line. No, he's give up. He's giving a little bit.
Now we have 2 excellent drivers going at it. That should be intense.
Jack Jacobs has gone off. He looks like he's over-rotated the car in that angle. Yeah, he's just getting running again. And there's still a lot of action behind. As you can see. Stewart's catching Sousa. Sousa's catching Willie. And we've got Howells. Whoa! What's happened there? Am I seeing that? Or
what was that?
I've no idea. I've just seen a car going sideways up the track. I'm sorry. I just don't know what happened there.
I don't know what happened.
I hope it's not a sign that we're going to have a problem. Because that was really bizarre.
Yeah, that was very strange.
That looked like...
Yeah, I can see the car is flying. Okay, this is definitely lag.
That looked like... It actually looked like it was Sousa's car.
That's crazy.
Parnov's gone off again.
I can see that Sousa has a red connection.
Yeah.
Oh, Parnov just got to stop and go.
Right. Yeah, he's gone over the track limits, hasn't he, too much? Yeah.
That's it.
Anyway, jump forward. Action. Yeah, Robert's just saying, did Sousa go off? I'm not too sure. It looked like Sousa's car, but Sousa's car was still on the track.
Yeah, he's still on the track, but he was the one flying. I mean, something with lag, obviously, I don't know.
That was bizarre, but he was going round the corner and there was a car going sideways, backwards. What was all that about?
Yeah, it's like Monday before we had the massive disconnection. I saw Terry Trowbridge flying in the middle of the sky, and I went like, "What's going on here?"
Funny enough, the problem I saw, Sousa's car was under the ground and his name was floated across the tarmac, and I was like, "Where is he?"
That's crazy.
And then all the timing charts went funny, and all the cars were all over the place. And the next minute, I'm on the track by myself. I went from fourth to second, then to first. Robert's saying it looked like Sousa tried to avoid that car, which is bizarre. It's really a problem with the netcode, that, isn't it?
Mm.
This battle's still going on.
Yes, the battle between Chris and Derek.
Willie at the moment's keeping Billy at bay. I'm just wondering whether Derek's tyres there when he went off before, he's just damaged them a little bit, and that's going to cause more problems. We've got 47 minutes to go.
It's a long race.
Yeah, he's all over the back of him, isn't he? Chris Bourne, look at that.
Yeah,
he's really giving Derek a good run here.
Yeah, now that's when you need to really concentrate on your driving and try to make abstraction of the one behind you.
Saunders is in 8th. He's just passed Paul Moore. I think Paul Moore went wide. Saunders is now catching up Peter Miles. We'll just jump on board. I'm keeping an eye on the time with Chris as well. So obviously there's a bit of action going on here. We've got one of the faster guys catching up one of the midfield.
I'm pretty sure John is going to end up in the top 3, top 5 by the end of the race for sure.
PJ's catching Jonathan Wood, so I don't know whether Jonathan Wood's got damage or he's made a mistake, because he was one of the ones involved early on. Paunoff's gone off. Paul Moore's gone off. Paunoff's done his stop and go.
Well, 7 laps and lots of events already. Too many.
Yeah, the thing is, though, there's only one incident.
Yeah, but a major one, unfortunately.
Absolutely. So just jump forward a little bit. I'm keeping an eye on what's going on. And he's got a good run again here. Coming into the tight left-hander. And Saunders has taken Miles, because Miles has spun. He's over-rotated the car. Saunders is now up to 7th place. He's running well. And his next... in fact, Peter Miles is struggling getting the car on track. He's tried and he spun it again. Oh, he's going again now. Billy's putting pressure on Willie. And we've got a right gaggle of cars here. And in front of all these is Peter. He's just getting his car running again after spinning it around. We can see Billy's not going to go for the dive up the inside, is he? That's not a place to pass. And when he doesn't, he eases off. Billy's keeping his good line there. And you can see Howells is behind them. So quite a bit of action going on here. Is he going up the inside? I was going to say he's never going to make that stick. Willie had a good run out of there. Oh, and there's Peter Miles again with his back end coming round. His tyres really aren't going to be playing football after.
Yeah, he's having a hard time.
But again, look how precise Willie is with his car. He's very rarely touching the curbs. His angles through there are brilliant.
Yeah, there's also a good race going on between Terry Trowbridge and David Noble.
Yeah, that's there's a second gap between them at the moment, and PJ still putting pressure on Jonathan, but I think Jonathan's just had to put a bit of a quicker lap in. They're all lapping. I mean, the front 2 guys are in the 148s. John Saunders is in the 148s. The rest of them are lapping in the 150s, up to 7th. So that seems to be the go-to time in the Porsche, really. Peter Miles is dropping down the grid now. Paul Moores has just taken him, and I think Sousa's going to take him as well. Hi Kevin, welcome to the stream. You missed a bit of a disaster at the start. Nikos decided to be an Exocet missile and seen how many cars he could destroy. Amazingly, he's just behind this lot as well. Come forward a little bit. I'm not sure if Willie drives in VR. I know quite a few of the drivers do. I mean, the VR in ACC is probably not one of the best. I believe the original AC is very good, and I think Race Room's good as well. But I think Assetto Corsa Competizione could do with a bit of work in the VR department.
Oh, Derek, I lost a little bit of the rear of this.
Yeah, so
But,
that's really... I mean, I know you say the Porsche is loose, but Derek's is really loose.
Yeah. But he has great control, though.
Melvin's saying it's brilliant in VR. I've got Oculus. I might give it a try one day. Chris's car just seems bolted to the road more. It's not moving around as much, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's true.
Right, I'm just going to jump back. I think we've got a pass coming up. Howell's up the inside of Stewart. Nice, easy, clean move there. Well done. It can be done. Sousa has just took Miles. Oh, and there's been contact there, has there? No, there's not been contact. Yes, there's been contact. Let's just...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let's just do a bit of a replay on that. I'm not too sure how much contact there was there. So Sousa's coming from a long way back. Is he going to go up the inside? He's getting a very good run, to be fair. He's going for it. Oh, I think Sousa's outbroke himself there, unfortunately. And you can see he's letting the other car past. I think he realised he'd outbroke himself there. Okay. Right, Sousa's gone off again. So once you've damaged your tyres, you're really going to suffer a little bit, I should imagine. I'm just going to jump between Chris Bourne and Steve Howells. We've had someone leave the server. I'm not sure who's left. Nikos has gone.
Really?
So expect him to join the chat in a minute.
But he was 12th.
Yeah,
I don't understand why he quit.
I wonder whether he's had a problem.
Well, then we might get an explanation
John
right
Saunders
now.
John Saunders has just passed PJ.
Yes, he did. Okay, so now sixth place.
Yeah, he's I mean, he's now 3.8 seconds behind Jonathan Wood. So it's doable. We've still got 40 minutes left to go, and he's clawed through the field, to be fair.
Yes.
Steve Howells is still putting pressure on Willie. I am keeping an eye on. He's got a good run here, Howells, actually. Oh, he's got the inside. Is he going to make it stick? I did this with Juan on Monday. He took me there and I went up the inside, but then I went deep and he got me back. That's nice, clean racing, that. Very clean racing. PJ's gone off. That was really good racing, that. And I think Stewart's going to get... Yeah, he's going to be trying the outside of there. Yeah, Willie's got a good line there. He should get a good drive. Terry's going slow. He's back up and running again. PJ was going slow because he went off. Yeah, Howells has made a good run now. So Chris Bourne's just dropped back a little bit. As you said, David Noble. And you can see Jonathan Wood is trying to join this party.
Yes. He managed to come back, yeah.
He did indeed. But Saunders has took a second out of it. And you'll see Saunders coming round the corner now. Saunders
crazy.
is absolutely flying. Saunders last lap. Let's just do a comparison of Terry Trowbridge and Saunders. Just so we can see what's going on. Sorry, David Noble and Saunders, should we say. So the last lap for Saunders was a 150. And Noble's was a 150.3, so not too much in it, to be fair, but let's see how this translates. Jonathan Wood's definitely gaining on these two. Yeah, Wood's making up time on this lap as well. He's quicker. You can just see there coming into that corner.
Yes.
Saunders still catching. Billy's now past Willie. Billy Stewart's gone past Willie. No incident.
Well, Saunders would definitely be on the podium.
Yeah. Chris Bourne's very close to Derek, but he's not close enough yet. That battle is ongoing, but there's 22 seconds between that battle and this battle. That could be, you know, I think Saunders can take these three, personally. Oh, Wood was very late on the brakes there. Very, very late. Just managed to keep it clean. Just switch back to Bourne. Yeah, they're still at it. Yeah, David Noble's putting pressure on Trowbridge as well. Let's just see this. So you can see there, Derek Bird's going defensive now. He's fighting for this now, Derek Bird. He's going defensive. He stuck the car to the right into that corner, knowing full well Chris can't really take him on the outside.
Yeah, it's not the first time he does that.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the run Chris Bourne's getting there. Just showing his nose. I'm here. I'm here. Just giving him a wave. I'm not sure. Jeremy, is Chris, is Derek the reigning champion of the Porsche Cup? I think he is, isn't he?
Who?
Derek.
He's not leading. Leading, right?
No, the last champion.
Yeah, last champion was Derek Bird. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right, Andy.
He completely dominated the Porsche Cup.
Yeah, Andy Goddard was just saying, isn't he, the holder? Look at this.
Yeah,
Has he got a good run here, Chris Bourne? Has he got him up the inside? He's got him up the inside.
Yes, he did.
That's it. He's made the pass. So, and I'm going to jump back in a second because I think we're going to see Bourne disappear now.
Yes,
I mean, Derek won't give up. Derek won't give up, but I just know certain corners you could see. Oh, he got a bit sideways there, actually, Chris. You could see the car drift to one side. Derek in his reign, as in the reigning champion. Right, David Noble. Let's just jump back a little bit. So we've got David trying to take
very close
Terry. But look at the two cars behind them now. John Saunders is there with Jonathan. Jonathan's right at the back of David, and it feels. Let's look at Terry's time and look at the difference. So Terry's last lap was a 150, but David Noble's was a 150. Well, there was only 1/10.
Jonathan is going to pass David, I believe.
Yeah, he's looking like it. He's got the inside line. Is he going to make it pass?
No, he's not.
That was close.
Good. That was good.
Yeah,
that was good. And John now is right behind.
Yeah, Jonathan's looking like he's going to try and take them both at some point. It's very close, this, isn't it? The angle Saunders takes into that corner is completely different to the pair of them. And he gains so much time. But look, now they're defending. Terry's scampering off.
Yes.
David's looking in his mirror. He's having to defend. And it's letting Terry just get his thoughts together and scamper off into the distance. Although I think Jonathan's going to go into defensive mode in a minute, looking at where we're up to with Saunders. Let's just jump back to Jonathan and see the view Jonathan's got with Saunders. You can see there Jonathan's car was obviously damaged because he's got dirt on he's got paint missing on his rear wing. So I think that's where Nikos must have come shooting down and hit him. And again, we don't know if there's any rear damage to that car, you know, as in aero damage. I mean, he's running well if that's the case, to be fair.
Usually you don't get any damage being hit in the back. It's the front that is critical.
Saunders went a bit sideways there, didn't he? He got the corner coming out a bit wobbly. 34 minutes to go. We're riding on board with John Saunders, who did qualify quite high up in the top three. Unfortunately, was punted towards the back at the start in the first corner. and has fought back valiantly to put pressure on Jonathan and will be David.
So now it's clear Chris was held by Derek because he's
2 seconds
literally
clear.
2 seconds clear. It's
Yeah.
incredible. Still a remarkable race from Derek.
Absolutely. It's brilliant to watch. Noble's
Now
putting pressure again.
David is attacking him. Terry.
Yeah, he's very close now. Terry's gone defensive. He's pushed his car left, and there goes up the
And
inside.
there goes. Oh, that's a
Oh,
contact.
that was no, it wasn't. That was very close.
Very close. Yes.
I think David's going to get him here, though.
That's a clean pass. That's good. Wow.
That was very close. That's a piece of paper between them. That one. It's not giving in, Terry, though. Jonathan Wood's gone off.
Terry will never give up anything, really.
Yeah, no incident.
He's a very tough competitor.
Yeah, Jonathan Wood's gone off, and it's allowed these three to carry on the battle now. And we're going to ride on board with Terry. We'll stick with Terry in the middle of the battle. And you can see Jonathan Wood's quite a way down now. He's
the problem is that he severely damaged the front of his car. Yeah, he has severe damage at the front of his car, Jonathan.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be able to carry to the end.
In fact, he's losing time for fun there.
You
can see his time's dropping. Yeah, you can see he's over-rotated in the corner, and he in at the wall. Nikos is on the stream. Hello, lost connection. Sorry for ruining the start. I reported myself to get a big penalty.
Yeah, but what was the reason, Nikos? Please explain to us what happened, please.
You're getting an on-the-spot stewards discussion here, Nikos. Yeah, Saunders is now catching Terry up, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Oh, nothing's going to stop him. He's gonna end up on the podium.
Oh, Terry nearly over-rotated his car then. You could see the back end wanting to carry on. He's just managed to keep it.
Well, we're getting to the halfway point of the race, and
yeah, I think the tires.
Now it's gonna start getting a lot tougher.
I think the tires are going to start screaming, aren't they?
Yeah, and Jonathan is dropping all the time.
He is. He's 13 seconds behind. In fact, PJ, I think, might actually pass him. Yeah, Jonathan's way down. Just see where he is in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, you can see his bonnet's up there. He's got a flappy bonnet. I'm used to having that. Yeah, he's 14 seconds behind now. And you can see PJ's just coming round the corner. He's coming down that straight. He's going to be putting pressure on him, I should imagine, in a few extra laps. John Saunders. I think John Saunders is going to try and see Terry off, and then he's going to go for David. He's never going to catch Derek. Derek's too far ahead, but I think you're right. He's got a podium in him here. 30 minutes to go. If he's looked after his tyres and he's not managed to retrieve too much damage, he stands a chance. He does, here.
But I believe as well we're getting to a point in the race where the pace is gonna start dropping for everyone.
Well, you say that. Chris is still doing the 148s. Derek's doing the 148s, and John's doing the 148s. Everyone else is now looking at the 150s.
Interesting.
Jonathan Wood's really going slow now. He's gone off again. He's 16 seconds behind. PJ's 6 seconds behind. And Billy's putting pressure on Howells. Just jump back to that. He's not going to go for it there. I think Howells got Billy about 4 laps ago. But again, if he's put too much in and weren't his tyres and Billy's looked after his, this is where your tyres.
Oh, and John is passing Terry. Terry lost his car. He went a little too deep into that corner. Yeah.
Yeah. See the back end just
John
go then.
Through.
The back end's going again there. I think Terry's tyres have gone. Twice now. His back end just seems to have gone wayward.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you push too hard first half of the race, it's going to catch up with you, that's for sure.
Nikos has just put in the chat. I'm too unsafe to race the leagues. I think I quit. I don't like this. Penalty will not give the guys the race back.
Yeah, it's true. It's not.
I think Saunders is now. He's not going to. He's 3 seconds behind Noble. You can see them coming down the straight there. So is he going to make that time up? Let's do a comparison of the track times and show you the splits for these two. Billy Stewart's gone off the track as he was closing Howells down. He's now 6 seconds behind Howells. He's lost a lot of time there. So the last lap, both in the 150s. So I think Saunders was passing at that point, so he's lost a bit of time. But let's see if Saunders can put the 148s back in. In fact, no, I was wrong with the times. 149, Chris Bourne's the only one in the 140s. Everyone else is in the 150s. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, it's starting to level off now, and it's going to be very difficult.
Fastest lap is Chris Bourne, only just in front of Derek Bird.
Yeah, see how now he's almost like he's 3 seconds clear from Derek. I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty intense actually.
Terry Trowbridge has gone off again. I think he's cut the corner. He's losing time. I mean, there's a big gap. Jonathan Wood's now 26 seconds behind this. Although that gap's deteriorating, decreases significantly, but it is still a massive gap. PJ.
Honestly, the hats off to Jonathan. Keep going with the destroyed front end of the car. I don't know how he's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, just to give you an indication, you can see just how close PJ is now. He's cut it from 6 seconds down to 3. So I think PJ's going to be on a mission here.
For sure.
So what we'll do is we'll jump on board with PJ. You can see. The thing is, when you get someone in your sights like that, it really gives you that positive vibe. And for some reason, it pulls you along. You just not got to make a mistake and get overly excited, obviously. Paul Moore's just cut past Willie. Put the power down. Yeah, I think Juan's just saying he wishes the grid was a bit bigger. I mean, normally there's a lot more people racing in the Porsche Cup van.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's only actually been 2 incidents. The funny thing was, the Porsche Cup last week, there was only 3 incidents and only 1 penalty. So, for some reason, the incidents in the Porsche Cup are really, really limited. I don't know if it's because people take that extra care because of the lack of traction control. I can't explain it.
Yeah, but what we saw today is not acceptable. We already said that, and even yesterday, at the start of the GT.
PJ, oh, what a save! What a save! That was brilliant, PJ. I thought he'd lost that completely, but he managed to keep it going.
Yeah, I was saying it's the second race this week. We have an incident at the start. And on a 1 hour race, not acceptable. I'm sorry to say that. We have to take it easier. I mean, no need to be to see 3 cars side by side in the first corner of a 1 hour race. I don't understand that. I don't understand. And Nikos, I know you feel sorry, but I would love to understand what happened there because it does. I cannot understand what took place.
Yeah, I mean, the number of times we talk about the start, you've got to get through the start, and then, you know, whether you've hit the wrong pedal, you've missed your braking point, you know, you've come from a very far way back down the grid and hit one of the front cars. So that's some travelling, you know. Now, maybe you couldn't see your braking point. Well, that's fine, but ultimately you've got to think about, well, if I can't see my braking point, it shouldn't be going hell for leather. You can see there, Jonathan Wood's really struggling. In fact, if we jump on board with PJ, we just get to see how much of a gap. Yeah, how much of a gap there is on the bonnet. So Jonathan's really struggling there. So Jonathan was one of the guys as well who got hit on that first lap incident as well. Yeah, he's really struggling, Jonathan. In fact, it's registering in the game as going slow, coming out the corners. he's got no drive. But to be fair, he's still 7th, you know. And he's still gonna get a bucket full of points. John Saunders is 3 seconds behind Noble. Let me just change that to the front camera. My apologies.
Gonna come to David real soon.
Oh, he's got a bit of slide on the car there. You can hear it.
Now, Nikos, you don't need to quit, Nikos. It's not about that. It's about trying to understand what took place.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing that we all have to understand is why did that happen. But quitting is not the answer. Nikos.
No, the thing is, Nikos, you do have some good races. You know, never forget you do have good races. Sometimes there's a moment of madness, and it's a case of trying to understand what's that trigger, what's causing you to go down the grid that fast and then realise you're not going to be able to stop. When you realise you can't stop, it's too late. You can't go anywhere because there's too many cars around. You know, Stefan's mentioned there, maybe start at the back with him, if that's what he does. Now, I don't mean to be funny, but I don't think I've ever seen Stefan involved in a start incident. And you're right, I've seen him go round. He's right, I've seen him go round incidents. Now, maybe it's a case of getting your confidence up and doing something like that just to give yourself that understanding of the start. Because the Porsche is a difficult car anyway. So if you're in the Porsche, the whole dynamics of the car is different to a GT3, because obviously the GT3, you've got traction control. In fact, you've got 2 forms of traction control, TC1 and TC2. You've probably got the downforce a lot more than you have on the Porsche because you need to drive in the Porsche and so on. Saunders is struggling keeping up here. So go on.
Yeah, that's the idea. Maybe Nikos is the Porsche Cup is a wild car to control, and to be honest with you, that's the reason why I don't race it. Is because I know I could be dangerous on the track. So maybe that's the one you should give up. Is don't race the Porsche Cup, but keep on doing the rest, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, and to be honest, guys, I don't race the Porsche because although I can drive it, first of all, I despise it. But it's too easy to make a mistake, and what I wouldn't want to do is take somebody else out as a result of that.
Exactly.
You know, so what Jeremy's saying there, I do exactly the same. I don't race because of that reason. Just a bit of an update for you guys, by the way, for eSeniors. We're talking about Carlo before.
Yes.
And I think Reese has just done a 141.3, which I think is qualifying. And I think the fastest was a 140.9. So I think the eSeniors endurance team are looking really good. They must have qualified quite up the grid, actually.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I think that's where Carlo was, because I think Carlo's got the short straw. He's got to be up. Oh no, I think it's Mark has got to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I see. Yeah, because I believe Carlo was chosen as the one to qualify for the endurance team.
Yeah, I'm not too sure because it says Reese has just nailed it with a 141.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, all 3 qualify. Don't need them. They take an average. I think all 3 cars qualify, then they take an average of all 3 cars.
I see.
Because I think they've all been trying to do, and I think Carlo did a 141.1 or something like that, and Craig did a 141.2 or something. So their average is quite high.
Nice.
Yeah, he's not gaining here. Let's just jump back. Billy's
just
managed to take.
Yeah, see, John is not progressing as fast through the field anymore.
Well, the tyres are going off as well, and he's losing time on Noble at this moment in time.
That's right. Because he probably pushed very hard to come back to 4th.
Yeah. So a couple of comments from the stream. Rob, it's all about taking it easy the first couple of corners. You're not going to win a race in the first corner. We say this time and time again, Rob. You won't win a race in the first corner, but you'll certainly lose it. And, you know, at the cost of somebody else as well. Your tyres aren't up to speed. Your brakes aren't up to speed. So, to be honest, it's pointless racing in the first lap. Because these tyres just don't get up to temperature until at least the first lap. And certainly at Barcelona, you're looking at part way through the second lap before you're running at full temperatures. So going for a dive or a late break, you're really, really risking it. Kevin's put, I think too many drivers don't anticipate and adjust for the front guys breaking points. On the start lap, Kevin, though, what you've got to think about is they're all going to aim in the same corner. The front guys are the quick guys. They're the ones who will be braking later. You'd expect the guys behind to be braking sooner. So that doesn't sound right to me. It's all a case of, I think someone's missing the braking points. Because when you come down the track, you'll see the 100 metre marker on the left. That's where your braking point is. Now, if you're coming down the straight from a start procedure, you can't see that there's a car. So where you're going to brake, by the time you look for the brake lights coming on the car in front, it's too late. You're going to hit them. So I think it's a very difficult one, that. But I'd be very surprised if the front guys are braking early. They're more than likely to be braking late because they're racing each other from the start. Them guys.
That's right.
And Luke's put, he doesn't race this week because he hates the track. It doesn't want to be his friend.
No.
But he does like to like some brands. He says Catalunya is like his ex-wife. Like an ex-wife. Like an ex-wife, not his ex-wife. Like an ex-wife. So, yeah.
But I'm going to go a little further than that. We have a qualifying session. That qualifying session is to find everyone will get the position according to their fast lap. In other words, I don't know why some people are trying to challenge the outcome of 20 minutes of qualifying in the first couple of corners.
Yeah.
If you qualified sixth, I mean, you should pass that corner in sixth place. If you're going to try to overtake two cars, you're going to end up in front of someone who's lapping at least a half a second faster than you, and you're going to have to yield under the pressure a couple of laps later. So I don't understand that kind of game. It's not an F1 race. The difference between GT3s and F1 is tremendous, and F1 sticks to the track. If you used F1 in a simulation, it doesn't slide the same way a GT3 car does, and tires come to temperature a lot faster than a GT3. We just have to be reasonable and take reasonable starts, and we won't have that issue anymore.
Yeah, totally agree with that. When sometimes I've qualified pole in the races I've done, I still don't necessarily go hell for leather the first lap, because I respect that the people behind me think the same way, and they will be also trying to get their tyres up to speed. So it's very rare you'll see, certainly in the group races, the first 3 or 4 guys racing on the first lap, because you're in a hiding off, and you're more than likely to go off. You're going to have a collision. If you have a collision, you lose your race. It's as simple as that.
That's right.
My last few races where I've gone off, they've both been my own fault, and luckily, there's been no one else involved, apart from hitting a back marker who'd spun and sat waiting at the side of the road. But ultimately, they're my own fault. Now if you go off your own accord, that's different than somebody taking you off, I should imagine.
That's right.
A few more comments. Stefan's just saying there's a reason he doesn't race this demon-invested POS car. Nikos is saying it's not the car, and the car is difficult, it's me. If you knew the car was difficult, Nikos, there's your answer. It's the car. I've seen you in the GT3. You have made 1 or 2 mistakes in the GT3, but ultimately, you do seem to be able to handle that better. So perhaps step away from the Porsche. Melvin's put in, don't think ghosting helps at start because it gives false safety. That's a perfectly valid point, but the ghosting stops when you go green. So when you go green, you can hit someone. And Rob saying too many think it's a 5-lap race. Well, perhaps. Luke's saying, and I want to have fun during the race. If I'm not enjoying myself, why would I continue for 60 minutes driving stressed and to take someone else out? Stefan's put, Nikos, I think the secret for yourself is to race like Spartans, naked. It might work. That's a vision I really didn't want, but thanks for that, Stefan. Howells has gone off, and as you can see there, he's lost a lot of places. Willie's managed to pass him, Stewart's managed to pass him, and I think Paul Moore's managed to pass him, although I'm trying to work out whether he's got a problem here, because he's going extremely slow, Howells. He's getting up to speed now, but I didn't see him make contact with anything.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't see any contact.
No, I don't know what happened.
Okay, I think he must have just gone off. If he's come out that corner and he's over-rotated, he'll spin across. So maybe it was that. But let's just go and jump on board with Chris. So Chris is having a quiet race. You've already seen him pass one of the back markers. He's now catching up with, I think, that's Stuart, is it? He's catching up with... I think that's BB
Yes.
Stuart, which means he's already up to 9th in the back markers. 13 minutes to go. Kevin's just saying... yeah, that's what you meant. Slower people like you should brake earlier. So when are we going to see you on track, Kevin? I don't think I've seen you on track yet. I presume you're going to be Group 2 or Group 3?
He was on track already. He did warm-up race.
Oh, he did the warm-up. Okay, sorry, I was referring to the
Or even
championship.
the GT4. The GT4 yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah, right. As I said, I unfortunately never got a chance to race on that one. So my apologies, Kevin. Obviously, I didn't see too much of that yesterday with my PC being problematic. But what group is he going to be in, Jeremy? Do you know?
I don't know. I asked him to send a lap time. I don't know if he did. We need a lap time from you, Kevin, to know which group you can race in.
Yeah, if you can get a lap time in for this track, that'll give us a good guide, Kevin. And then from that perspective, we can work on putting you in, unless you're an alien, but you've already said you're slow, so therefore you can't be an alien, Group 2 or Group 3. Juan's put, to be honest, I don't like the ghosting before the start of the race. I prefer having collisions. I think it'd help everyone to know that from just minute 0, you've got to be in your game. Yep. Again, that's a valid point. But you've also got the incidents where someone might fail to press the start button on their engine and then you end up with cars piling into the back of them before you've even started the race. I think there's pros and cons with everything, to be honest. Andrea's saying, glad I got my machine up and running. Yeah, that was a technical nightmare, that. I mean, I'm pretty good when it comes to IT, but that had me stumped till 11 o'clock last night when I finally managed to get it back to life. So I basically had a problem which caused my machine to go off and I couldn't get it back on. It just kept blue screening. Recovery wouldn't work, restore wouldn't work, and I couldn't even reinstall Windows. It wasn't having any of it. This blue screen just kept coming up all the time, so I thought it was actually hardware fault. I'd tested the hardware, no problem, so I thought it can't be a hardware fault. But I was getting to the point where I thought it's going to be a motherboard problem. Anyway, no, it wasn't faulty memory at all. It all started with a hypervisor. Well, it started. I now know it was a hypervisor issue. So I run virtual machines on my machine that I game on. It's a bit of a powerful beast from a processing perspective. And something happened that might have been an update to a driver or a Windows update, and it interfered with the hypervisor. When the machine rebooted, it was giving me a DMA violation error, and I couldn't for the life of me figure it out. In the end, I managed to realise why I couldn't install Windows and fix that, and once I'd fixed that problem by basically forcing the BIOS to do something, the machine come back to life. So I was starting it up last night at 11 o'clock, it was coughing, it was spluttering. By midnight it was up and running, and I had all my main things back on it again. So I just finished a few things off this morning. Steam went on, no problems. So did lose a load of things on a set of course, so all my setups disappeared. But I do back things up, so they were all there for me to find elsewhere. So a bit of help for yourselves. Always back up your Assetto Corsa folder somewhere, because if you lose your machine and put all them back, all your graphic settings go back to the way they were, or your force feedback goes back. So it's really well worth doing. Paunov's quit to the pits now.
Yes, yeah, and he wrote, it's enough, so he's calling it a day.
Andy Goddard. I'll tell you what, Andy, that's rich coming from you, hence the laughing. Kevin, no sandbagging, says Mr. Sandbag himself, Andy Goddard. I'm a Group 3 racer, me. I'm a Group 3 racer, then walks it. Jumps into Group 2, then walks it.
That's right. That's right.
What race is this? This is the 4th race, so this is the cut-off for the league, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, you spot on, Melvin. So all applications close after Sunday. Your name's not on the list, you're not coming in. Andy Goddard, I'm just improving. There's improving, Andy, and there's fitting boosters to your car. You seem to have gained 2 seconds in a very, very short space of time.
Yeah, we're going to investigate your fuel,
Yeah,
Andy.
we're looking for fuel irregularities.
Yeah,
I think you've got some aircraft fuel in there.
That's right. Looking forward to racing you on Saturday.
Yep. Jack Jacobs is putting pressure on Jonathan Wood. Jonathan Wood's still 7th, but he's fighting the inevitable, I think.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, hats off to Jonathan. I mean, driving a car like that. I mean, I know you did that yourself.
Yeah, I did it at Brands in the wet.
Yeah, and you know what? It takes a lot of strength to do that.
Yeah. It will take even more in a Porsche, though.
Yes, that's for sure.
Mine was in the wet, which means you can't go as quick, but yeah.
Merch wrote down, Nikos, you owe me souvlaki.
Yeah, I think we're all going to Greece this year, or next year. I think Nikos owes. I think everyone owed Nikos a drink or two, but I think it might be getting turned around the other way now. So we've got a bit more chatting here. Luke's just saying, did I miss something? I don't know if you've fallen asleep. Robert, Jeremy, is the SA rule set for this Saturday? No, the SA rule kicks in as of Monday. Just so you're aware.
Next Monday,
yeah.
Yes.
Andy Gaggard, to be honest, I have learnt a bit of the trail braking. It doesn't half help. It does indeed, you're correct. Kevin is now saying, I slept in today, 5:30 in the morning here. Lap time is high 50s. First trying it yesterday.
Who's that?
That's Kevin.
That's Kevin. 150?
High 50s. 150.
150?
Is that in the Porsche or the GT3? Because if that's the GT3, that's a Group 3 time, that.
Yes, it is.
Jack Jacobs is putting... Oh, I wonder if it was Jack Jacobs' car we saw going sideways before. He's got the same skin as Sousa.
Oh, you mean the flying car?
Yeah. It's the same as
Yeah,
Sousa's. I wonder if it was Jack Jacobs' car, that. Yeah, he's catching Jonathan Wood here.
They both have a slow connection. I can see the connection on the server is in the red for both of them.
Well, I know Jack Jacobs. I pointed this out to him once before, and he ended up kicking everyone off his internet at home. And as soon as he kicked them off, they all went back on again. His ping went back up again. So that probably doesn't surprise me. Yeah, Robert's saying Jack's in the Philippines, and his connection is always terrible. Jack's the one who showed the photograph of the two in the room, isn't he? The two guys in the room in the rigs. That was Jack, wasn't it?
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's far away from the server, that's for sure.
Yeah. Man, Australia's not close either.
No, but see, it works.
Yeah.
It does work. So this is it. I believe we have the podium right there. I don't think much will happen.
No, just jump forward.
At this point.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's Derek. Just jump forward. So Chris is there. He's by himself, really. We've got Derek, again, is by himself. He's 6 seconds behind. I think David Noble's going to take third. Would have been interested if John would have managed to keep his original position. But bearing in mind, John's had a cracking race. He's come through the field. No doubt he's going to be disappointed, but he didn't quit. You know, I'm a big fan of not quitting. Obviously, Merch has mentioned he's quit. If things are going too bad and you've been off too many times, quitting is a sensible thing. And I think Willie says the same, doesn't he? If you've been off too many times, it's not right being on the track. So, you know, quitting's the right thing to do. Terry has obviously got a good gap between him and the guy behind now, so I think Terry's safe in 5th place. PJ has made a couple of mistakes, but he's doing pretty well where he is at the moment. Jonathan Wood, we know his car is damaged, but Jack has made a bit of a mistake and hasn't caught him. So he's still looking for 7th place finish here, which would be great from a points. Jack Jacobs behind him, 1.8 seconds behind. We've got Billy, 30 seconds behind them. Quite a significant gap, but he's had a steady race. Another person who's had a steady race is Willie. And obviously he's being... that's... Just trying to work out... Oh, that's one of the front guys, isn't it? That's David Noble. He's just letting David Noble go. Steve Howells is being pressured by Peter Miles, and Howells has gone off again.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's Saunders.
Saunders as well, lost the scar. Wow.
It's just... I missed that with Saunders, actually. Saunders has come down because I was concentrating watching on Peter there. Saunders has come down. I wonder if he's seen the car spin and he's thought, he's all right there. Oh no, it's gone there. You can see it's gone there. No contact, luckily, though.
Very strange.
Yeah, bit bizarre that. Bit of a bizarre one. I mean, luckily he's managed to get going again.
But funny enough, when you follow someone a long time, it just happens that if that person in front of you goes wide, you probably will go wide as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the only pressure at the moment is this race. There's 1 minute 53 to go for Jack to take 7th place from Jonathan. I mean, Jonathan can go very defensive. But we will make it very, very hard to pass. What Jack really needs is a very close run on that corner. So he can pull away and get the pass done while he's obviously struggling with power. You can see how quick he's catching him there, actually. Is he going to go for it? He's going for it down the inside. Is he going to get his right braking point? Jonathan Wood's looking at it. He's got the inside there. Jonathan Wood's got it back again. Again, good racing. But Jacobs is going for the... I thought he was going for the shuffle back then, but he's not. He's not got the power to do it. Yeah, he's definitely got more drive, hasn't he?
Yes,
1 minute to go.
Yeah, Chris is on his last lap, I
He is
believe.
indeed. Yeah. Keep an eye on that. Kevin's in New Zealand, so that's a far one as well. Okay, on board with Chris as he comes round. Final minute of the race, because he will take position here and he will win the race. You can still see Derek Bird is behind him by 6 seconds, but I think unless he makes a catastrophic error here. And he's got his windscreen wipers on again. Didn't he have that problem yesterday or something? Where he said he's had the windscreen wipers on and something broke on his gear shifter. I'm sure he said something had broke on his gear shifter. Not too sure. Could be wrong.
Yeah, so Derek had a great race. Great
Yeah.
solid second position here. Followed by
There you
David.
go.
Very nice.
Flashing his lights, Mr. Bourne, as he always does.
Very well
And put his
done.
indicator on. Brilliant. And there's Mr. Bird. He's doing the same. Thanks, guys. David Noble. Still got a little bit to go.
Yeah, a little donut from Chris.
There you go. And we've got David Noble taking 3rd.
Nice race, David.
And then John Saunders after that. Unfortunate start.
Yeah.
He's
Considering
kept going. He's kept going. You know, he didn't quit. That's a good
it.
points haul.
Chris and David are doing donuts.
Come to them. I'll go back to Terry in a second. There you go. Yeah, I can see that now. Let's jump on board with Terry. See Terry over the line.
Good race, Terry.
We still got donuts going on down there? No, they're back in the pits now. And we've got PJ. PJ claiming 6th place there.
Nice.
And Jonathan Wood has made 7th place, even with the damage.
Very, very nice.
Look, that is proper damage. You can get bags in that. Put your suitcases in it. Yeah, he's done well there, Jonathan, to be fair, with that damage. That's it. All cars are now registered as finishing the line. Well, thanks very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that stream. Thanks for being part of it. There'll be a stream on Saturday, which will be done by Juan for the Group 2 race. And myself and Jeremy will be streaming the race